In today's video, we're going to talk about navigating physical and intimacy needs when emotional intimacy is gone, reclaiming physical connection in a neurodiverse marriage. So if you're watching this, chances are you're holding a very specific kind of grief, not just the loss of conversation, not just the loss of emotional reciprocity, but the loss of being touched, the loss of being held, kissed, leaned into, the loss of physical closeness that once meant I'm safe, I'm wanted, I exist. And for many neurotypical partners in a neurodiverse marriage, this loss feels unbearable, not because you're demanding too much, but because touch is how your nervous system regulates. It's how you feel bonded. It's how you feel alive. So today I want to talk directly about physical intimacy when emotional intimacy is gone, and how to approach it without self-betrayal, coercion, or false hope. This is not a video about trying harder. It's about separating things that were never meant to be fused together. So let's get started. So first of all, let's talk about naming the hidden loss. Let's say this out loud. For many NT partners, physical intimacy doesn't disappear because desire disappeared. It disappeared because touch became emotionally loaded. A hug started to mean see me, understand me, validate my pain, change. And for an ASD partner, that kind of touch can feel overwhelming, confusing, or even invasive, not because they don't care, but because touch became a demand for emotional performance. So both partners start pulling away. The ASD partner pulls away because touch hurts. The NT partner pulls away because absence hurts. And nobody's wrong, but everybody's lonely. Now let's talk about the core distinction that changes everything. Here's the distinction that often unlocks movement. Touch as emotional mirroring versus touch as sensory comfort. Many neurotypical partners unconsciously fuse these. The NT partner thinks, when I touch you, I want emotional presence, mutual longing, and shared meaning. But for many autistic partners, touch is not a symbol, it's a sensory experience. Pressure, warmth, rhythm, duration. And when touch becomes a referendum on the relationship, it stops being safe. So the first step is not asking for more touch. It's decoupling touch from emotional demand. This is not lowering your standards, it's clarifying the channel. Now let's talk about why hope can block physical reconnection. Many of you neurotypical spouses are already questioning the role of hope in your neurodiverse marriage. Here's the hard truth. When touch is fueled by the hope that this will finally lead to emotional intimacy, it often collapses. Because now, a hug is never just a hug. Sex is never just sex. Holding hands is a test. And your body knows it. And so does his. If you're reclaiming your life, part of that reclaiming is asking, can I meet my need for physical closeness without asking it to repair my emotional wound? That question changes everything. Now let's talk about structured, low-pressure ways to reintroduce touch. We're going to get very practical here because insight without structure doesn't help. So here are low-pressure, dignity-preserving ways to reintroduce physical connection that respects both nervous systems. Number one, name the purpose of touch explicitly. Instead of, you never touch me, try, I want to explore touch as something calming and grounding, not as a statement about our relationship. This removes the emotional minefield. You're not asking for closeness as proof of love. You're asking for touch as a physical experience. That matters. Number two, create predictable, time-limited touch. Spontaneity often fails in the neurodiverse dynamic. Instead, set a specific time, define a specific duration, and agree on specific forms of touch. For example, sitting side by side on the couch for 10 minutes, a back rub with clothes on, lying next to each other without conversation, no escalation, no interpretation, no pressure. Predictability creates safety in the ASD nervous system. Number three, remove the what this means conversation. Now this is huge. Do not process the touch afterward. In other words, you're not going to be asking, well, did that feel connecting? Or do you feel closer now? Or does this change anything? Touch collapses when it's evaluated. Let it be incomplete. Let it be neutral. Let it be just a body experience. Number 4, let sensory preference lead. Ask sensory questions, not emotional ones. Is tight pressure or firm pressure better? Short or long? Still or rhythmic? This gives the ASD partner a way to engage without emotional translation and gives you, the NT spouse, something real instead of symbolic. Number 5, protecting the NT partner's integrity. Now, I need to say something directly to you. Decoupling touch from emotional mirroring does not mean you stop needing emotional intimacy. It means you stop forcing physical intimacy to carry what it can't hold. You still deserve to be wanted, to be emotionally met, to feel chosen. This work, though, is about clarity, not endurance. If physical connection returns, but emotional absence remains, you are allowed to notice that. You're allowed to grieve it. You're allowed to decide what you can and can't live with. Reclaiming your life means you no longer disappear into maybe someday. Now let's talk about a reframe that often brings relief. This is something that helps many neurodiverse couples. Touch doesn't mean we're okay. It means we're practicing regulation. That single shift lowers defensiveness, pressure, and false hope. And oftentimes, when pressure leaves, connection increases. Not because someone tried harder, but because safety returned. So if emotional intimacy is gone, pretending otherwise will hollow you out. But refusing all physical connection until emotional intimacy returns can also deepen isolation. The middle path is honest separation, touch without illusion, hope without fantasy, selfhood without abandonment. You're not wrong for wanting to be touched. You're not broken for needing closeness, and you're not cruel for reclaiming your life. You are learning to tell the truth to yourself first, and that's where real clarity begins. Now, if this resonates, take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. You're not imagining this, and you're not alone. We'll keep talking about this slowly, honestly, and without asking you to disappear to make someone else comfortable. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I read and respond to all comments. I'll see you in the next video. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you.